Listen, people ask me all the time, if you really want to get lasting change, real results that stick around, what do you got to do? What are the most important things you've learned, Tony, in that area? And I tell people the most common thing people talk about is how they want to make a change in their life. But everybody wants a change, but nobody wants to work out. Everybody wants muscle, but nobody wants to train. See, one of the challenges that we have in our lives is we don't realize that the process of training ourselves, the process of conditioning ourselves actually feels incredible once you get that initial momentum. But most people don't. Why? Why do so many people say, well, I lost 100 pounds, the same 10 pounds 10 times, or they'll tell me, I'm on my 4th day without a cigarette, man. I'm doing really good. If you're counting the days, it's not lasting change. You're just counting the days you can tell people how long you lasted. If you want lasting change, you've got to give up this idea of trying something. You got to decide you're going to commit to mastery. And when I say commit to mastery, what I mean by that is most people dabble. They talk about, well, I'd like to change my body. I'd like to make my relationship better. I'd like to have more passion there, but they don't know what to do. And even if they did, they don't have enough detail to be able to follow through. They haven't made the shifts in their own emotion and their psychology to follow through. And it isn't that difficult. But there is a path, and it requires consistency. Think about it. Everybody overeats some of the time. Everybody gets angry or frustrated or sad or depressed some of the time. Your life is not controlled by what you do some of the time. It's what you do consistently. And here's the secret. Whatever you want to make better, you better make sure you measure it more often. Think about it. If you want to lose weight and you never look at a scale, that's how people find themselves 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds overweight, or even 10 or 15. Because it just kind of happens slowly and then all at once. What do businesses go out of business? Things are okay, and then all of a sudden they're in trouble overnight. It's not overnight. All of our success and failure in life comes from little decisions, little actions, little moments. Failure isn't an overnight event. It's failure to make the phone call. It's failure to say, I love you. It's failure to take care of your body. It's failure to invest some time in yourself so you keep growing and expanding and not just reacting to the world that's constantly demanding your attention. Success comes from doing the right things also, little things, saying I love you, taking the time for what matters most, your body, your mind, your spirit, your emotion, having a plan, and measuring your progress. That's the second thing we need. You got to commit to mastery, but you also really need to get yourself involved in what I call immersion coaching. Immersion coaching is as old as humanity. How have we passed on mastery of anything? Finances, crafts, ideas, business, politics. Usually you went to live with somebody, you went to work for somebody, you became an apprentice. And maybe decades or years or decades of your life, you'd commit time to be around that person day and night so you could see and feel all the little distinctions that make them so masterful at what they do. Today, people have no patience. We all want it right now, and people don't only not commit to mastery, but they rarely even find a real mentor or coach. They think they have all the answers, they try a few things, if it doesn't work, they run to something else. If you want a great jump in the quality of your life, an extraordinary jump in the quality of your life, you got to set yourself up to win. You got to set yourself up with a process that allows you to consistently grow, consistently enjoy your life, and consistently produce the results that you're really after. And I don't care what area of life you want to change, coaching is one of the most valuable tools in the world. Now, when I started my career, there was no coaching industry. I helped to father that industry almost 35 years ago. And it's kind of interesting. When I first started out, if somebody would have said, one of the best ways you can help an executive perform at a higher level is get them a personal coach, people would have laughed at you. But today, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry because 70% of the Fortune 500 now say, in a recent study, if you want to find the top 3 ways to improve performance of an executive, one of those is personal coaching. But again, when I began, I'll tell you kind of the history of how this came about. I was a young man who was always looking for answers. I wanted to change my own life initially, physically, mentally, emotionally, and financially. But as soon as I got answers, I always was coaching other people. When I was, in high school, I was Mr. Solution. If you had a problem, I had the solution, especially if you were a girl, because then I was more motivated and I want to really help. But really at that time, I would feed my mind. I didn't have a lot of coaches to come after. I fed my mind with books. I read a book a day. My goal is read a book every single day that's about personal development, improvement, psychology, physiology, something that could help you improve your life. And when people needed help, I had the answer. And I got hooked on having those answers. So I kind of started that coaching at that stage where I coached myself and people saw results. And those results made people ask me what to do. And that's how I got involved in it. But then as the years went by, I'm still a young man, but I was in my early 20s. And I developed this incredible arsenal of tools, a toolbox, a tool chest, if you will, of the very best tools to create change rapidly. Things that look like magic to people, where I could take somebody and I would go on a radio show or a TV show and I would challenge traditional psychologists and psychiatrists and I'd say, give me your worst patient. I don't care if they have uncontrollable phobias. Have them come see me. I'll handle it in 1 hour.